As Canadian consumers continue to feel the effects of global inflation, American shoppers are about to face a harsher reality. Walmart recently became the latest major retailer to warn of impending price hikes, a clear indication that the fallout from the ongoing trade tensions, particularly the consequences of Donald Trump's trade war, is intensifying. Experts have said that the pace at which prices are rising now is unprecedented. In the midst of this, one business is facing a dramatic downturn. A parcel shipping company, after 25 years of operations, has been forced to shut down, primarily due to the massive drop in demand. This company, which served 99% Canadian customers, reflects a broader shift in the economy. Many of its clients simply no longer want to receive shipments as they did before. Some have even stated that they'll revisit the service in several years. This shift paints a stark picture of an economy in flux. For decades, Canada has been seen as the quiet, reliable neighbor to the United States, often aligning with U.S. economic and geopolitical strategies. However, this perception is beginning to change. Canada is no longer merely playing catch-up. It's crafting a new path for itself. While tariff disputes and subsidy debates dominate U.S. headlines, Canada has been quietly building a strategy designed to secure the building blocks of the global economy of tomorrow. Critical minerals, electric vehicle EV battery supply chains, green trade agreements, and strategic Indo-Pacific alliances are all part of Canada's broader plan. The country is executing this plan without much fanfare, quietly advancing on all fronts while others focus on their own immediate challenges. One of the main ways Canada is positioning itself is through its dominance in critical minerals. The raw materials powering the technologies of tomorrow, such as lithium, cobalt, nickel, and rare earths, are all abundant in Canada. While the U.S. is still grappling with how to secure these resources and counter China's EV dominance, Canada is already a few steps ahead. Canada is not just extracting these minerals, it's securing long-term contracts for refining and exporting them. Take nickel from Ontario, cobalt from Quebec, and graphite from the Yukon. These resources are now firmly under Canadian control, not the U.S. This gives Canada significant leverage over the U.S. as it tries to ramp up its electric vehicle production. Canada isn't waiting for Washington's permission. It's already securing deals that will help power the electric vehicles of the future. Canada's strategy shines brightest in the EV supply chain. The country has secured multi-billion-dollar commitments from global automakers like Volkswagen, Stellantis, and LG Energy, positioning itself as North America's battery production hub. This isn't a stroke of luck, it's calculated leverage. Canada has created entire ecosystems for battery production, from mines to refineries to gigafactories. In contrast, the U.S. remains bogged down in political battles over subsidies and labor clauses. Canada has quietly signed contracts with global players like LG Energy and BASF, ensuring that it remains integral to the production of battery components such as cathodes and anodes. A significant portion of the U.S.'s battery components will still come from Canadian soil, qualifying under the U.S. Inflation Reduction Act. Ottawa sees this as a huge win for Canada, ensuring that it remains a car manufacturing powerhouse as the world shifts toward electric vehicles. But Canada's ambition doesn't end with raw material extraction. It's focused on controlling the global bottlenecks in critical mineral processing. New lithium processing plants are being developed in Quebec and Manitoba to reduce the U.S.'s dependence on Chinese refining capabilities. Ironically, some of these Canadian facilities are funded by the U.S. government through the Defense Production Act, further reducing America's reliance on China. Canada's strategic trade relationships also deserve mention. While the U.S. focuses on high-stakes tariff battles, Canada is quietly building alliances with key Indo-Pacific nations, including Indonesia, Vietnam, and India, countries that play a central role in rare earths and green technologies. These alliances are based on practical deals, such as memorandums of understanding and joint ventures. Canada's trade agility has made it indispensable to the global economy. With access to multiple markets under the USMCA, as well as free trade agreements with the EU, the UK, and various Pacific economies, Canada's goods move faster and with fewer restrictions than US exports. The Canadian approach to trade is working. Investment in Canadian industries is at an all-time high, particularly from companies seeking to hedge against US-China tensions. With this expanded trade web, Canada is becoming a key player in the global economy, positioning itself for the future. As the global trade center of gravity shifts east, Canada is already ahead of the curve. Its Indo-Pacific strategy, initially dismissed as vague, is now bearing fruit. The country is building real partnerships, not just making empty promises. In the grand scheme of things, Canada isn't trying to replace the U.S. Instead, it's ensuring that when the global economy pivots, it's already standing in the right spot. Canada's trade strategy is based on foresight and follow-through, allowing it to silently but effectively win the global game. The numbers speak for themselves. Canada's trade relationships are growing, and its industries are thriving. This is no longer the cautious, reactive Canada of the past. It's a proactive, strategic player on the global stage. The world may not have noticed yet, but by the time they do, it will be too late. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget like and subscribe for the latest updates on global politics.